Hello, Nina Sapala. How are you? Today, like every day, I'm going to be talking about personality typing with a spiritual understanding. I do want to mention a few things because I had a great comment about my YouTube video and they couldn't find something. And, it's never my intention. She used a term called clickbait or some kind of. I don't do that. So, of course, it's not my vocabulary because it's not something I would ever do. But she did send me a message. I heeded her advice. So I will be putting in the long URL instead of just directly to my blog for each video, so you guys can easily find that, which makes sense because if you stumble on this later, then you're searching my blogs, and I have probably 100 blogs up there. So yeah, I don't want you to be doing that. So thank you for the advice. I appreciate it. And also, I really want to remind everybody these teachings are mine and mine alone. It's the teachings and liberating lessons I learned going through my 7-year life tsunami, and also what I learned going through a certification process with Myers-Briggs. So please be mindful of that these are my teachings, okay? They're coming from my heart, from my soul self, from divine intelligence. I was told I'm here to share this, and I really want to share it with you to help you find yourself in these very trying times. So today, that brings me to my point. We are going to be talking about within your personality type. I believe for your personality type to be very clear and be defined, you need to start redefining your personality type, starting with a childlike persona. And the childlike persona is a persona that I believe we were given at birth. In fact, I believe we worked with our guides, our angels, wherever you're comfortable using, whatever words you're comfortable with, to help us here on earth. So for ourselves, for our path, for our ascension, our evolution, our progress, our growth, there's a million words, use what you want. But for us to move forward as a soul, because I believe our soul is eternal. That's the beingness part of being human. The human aspect is the body and mind. And I speak specifically to the mind part of it. And a childlike mind, persona, personality, your physical reality, is one that embraces openness. It embraces innocence. It's not afraid of risk. It's fearless. It's full of freedom. It looks at life through a fresh perspective. It sees the beauty in life, And what is beauty? Beauty is love creating itself in the physical world. Beauty is love creating itself in the physical world. And when you have this childlike persona, one that is innocent and free from all the fear and the trappings and the conditionings and the ego plays, the childlike persona actually acts as a vortex into the dimensions of your higher self, your profoundly evolved eternal spirit, your heart, that spark of divine that lives within all of us. It's found in the heart center, right? So when this childlike persona, takes effect and you start working on achieving that, and I'm going to give you some ways in the blog. There's some meditation, there's some journal prompt, there's a journal prompt to help you, some questions to start you questioning How connected are you to your childlike persona? But as this connection comes about, your energy, because I believe we're all energy, right? I believe we're energy. We're created from this beautiful energy of divine intelligence. So when you have your divine personality, your divine intelligence connected to your childlike persona, you kind of create almost like a radio signal or your own channel specific to your divine intelligence that lets you go beyond that into intelligence that's far-reaching, right? So it gets so exciting because this opens up new worlds to you. And when I say that, it opens up, and this is what I talk about, a lot of the non-physical aspects of being human, like your gut instinct, your intuition, right? Those serendipitous moments, surprises in life, things that you can't really give a scientific proof to. They are what they are. There's so many things in this world that don't have scientific proof. And this is going to be hard for the very logically mind persona that does rely on the facts, that does rely on facts. So this is going to take trust. But once you start getting into that, you have this relationship between your divine intelligence, your profound intelligence, your higher self, with your childlike persona, a playful, open-minded, more innocent, more trusting, open to risks, open to seeing things anew, right? You create this channel, and when you create this channel, you get those, what I was telling you, those non-physical messages. You get that gut instinct, the intuition. And who do you want to trust? In this day and age, who do you want to trust? Don't you think about that? Who do you want to trust? Do you want to trust an external source that's telling you what to do, what you should be, how you should be, what you should do with your life? How's that working? The world is in complete chaos. And if you think another person's going to deliver you or be your savior, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not the way you were born. You weren't born with that intention. That was an intention that was created. My parents, their parents, parents before that, we've all been created to think and be conditioned in these certain ways, right? And how are they working? Sorry, my finger's all over here because I'm having a hard time with my phone today. That's okay. Just wanted you to know, what is she doing? But you have to think about that. Who do you want to create your world? Don't you want to create your world? Don't you know what's best for you? If you don't, you need to start tapping in to that beautiful, divinely inspired personality type that you were born with. And when you start peeling that away, you see the fears and the conditions and the ego and the expectations and the pleasings and the not enoughness and the shame and the guilt. Can you just see how we're so covered in goop that it's impossible. It gets impossible to find your way unless you have your channel, your station, your energy tuned in to yourself, to your soul self, to your higher self. because that's a pure channel. It's your channel. It's no one else's. It brings you, it delivers you peace in a world of chaos. It lets you ground yourself in a world of chaos. You're less likely to just listen haphazardly and jump into something that you know in your heart isn't right. I don't care what that is. I don't care what that is. I don't care if people are trying to make you feel bad because you're a different color, you're a different gender. You've gotten whatever. I don't care about any of that, because that is all the things that these outer world external influences try to do. They try to separate us. And why would they try to do that? Think about that. Why? Because if they have you in that fear center, you're not listening to the perfect messages and intuitions and your gut instincts that are telling you exactly what is right for you and for your higher self. They're showing you the way. They're showing you the actions to take. That's your guides, and your higher self is allowing you to do that. And if you're not listening to them, if you're so stuck in fear, you're listening to what somebody else is doing. Now they're writing the story of your life. They're becoming your narrative. They're telling your story. So who are you? Are you just a puppet? Are you just some shallow character? No, you're not. You're a beautiful soul created with a purpose. And everybody on the planet has a purpose. Everyone. Everyone has a purpose. And without your purpose, in the link of all the energy in the world, without your purpose, the link gets weaker. And when you're not creating in fellowship with your divine intelligence, with your higher self, if you're not creating from that point, then the world is missing a big piece. And someone else suffers. Why? Because we're all connected. So someone else isn't getting the breadth and the depth of your beautiful wisdom that they need. That's going to help them take the next step. And then they help another person. And then they help another person. Do you see how this is just so exponentially, incredibly, intrinsically linked? How that is to everyone? And so when someone says, oh, that's happening in their country, no, it's happening to all of us. We're all linked together as one big, beautiful tapestry of beingness. Yeah. So I know this sounds like really ethereal and stuff, but the best place to start, I'm giving you a very logical place to start. It's by looking at your personality type. It's by looking at the traits. Are your traits healthy? Are you more childlike, or are you more fear-like? And I'll tell you, if you know, I can tell you how you're going to know that. If you fear-like, you're afraid, you're anxious, you're competing, you're grappling with life. Nothing ever fulfills you. You don't feel like you belong. You're living in a constant state of fear and anxiety and overwhelm, which is really understandable in this day and age. But on the flip side, if you're getting into connection with a healthy, balanced personality type, you're getting into that connection. You become more peaceful. Why? Because you're hearing the messages from your gut, your intentions, your way. Right? And they're a lot more peaceful. You're a lot more relaxed with everything. Yes, everyone's going to get triggered. Everyone's going to get tricked. We're human. That's how this works. We're human beings, but our beings have that beautiful, eternal potential. If you connect into that, that's the part of your personality type I'm trying to get you connected into. We're all connected into the mind, let's face it. Right? But I want a different personality paradigm. Yes, it is a mind, but it's a mind that's balanced. It's a mind that sees the truth of yourself. It sees truth instead of fear. And that's big, especially in today's day and age. You want to see truth as opposed to fear. And I walk you through how this all started. You know, what you can do to help yourself. That's what the journal prompts and the meditations are on the blog to help you. So I take you through this. I take you through some steps to help you start unraveling and peeling away the layers of fear to find that beautiful, playful child-like persona. Now, I'm not saying childish. There's a difference. Right? And I don't want to go into that because that's been talked about for forever. And pretty much everybody knows what a childish personality type is. Or when you're childish, we all know what that means, right? It's coming from more of a negative. I don't like to talk about negative. There's too much negative stuff on the planet right now. I don't need to go negative. So there's a difference. So be mindful of that too. But on the blog, you'll find, I'm going to pull up my blog here real quick. My phone is not cooperating with me right now. I'm not going to pull up my blog because it's not letting me. But so there's some steps on the blog. So I teach you, I give you the definition of what a childlike personality type is. We look at where it started, how to start peeling away, how to start helping you peel some of that fear and ego conditioning away, and really start tuning in to the channel of you, the channel of truth, not fear, the channel that's connected to divine intelligence. I don't know about you, but I much rather get my messages from divine intelligence than from the external world. Because the external world offers, what is it offering you right now? Fear. Fear and control and manipulation. Nobody's going to save you but you. You've got to start realizing that. That's the power of all this. That's the power of truth. And it's in you. You are super, super powerful. You are here to create in fellowship with divine intelligence. That is powerful. And whatever way that is really powerful. You're going to amaze yourself when you start finding yourself. It's going to be so beautiful. You're going to be like, damn, why didn't I see this before? It took me decades. My hair isn't gray because I'm young. It's took me a long time to do this. I don't want it to take a long time for you. We don't have time to be messing around here. We do not have the time. Now is the time. Now is the time to be in your truth and not be in fear. To be who you came here to be. Not to be here to be somebody else's version of you. That's a watered down misstep. It's a misinformation. We've been misinformed. My parents were misinformed. Their parents were misinformed. The truth lies within you. If you want to prepare for the future, I say go within. Find your truth. Find that childlike personality type vortex, that portal, that opening, the doorway to you. It's a doorway. It opens the doorway to your divine intelligence. that spark of God within you. And we all need to find that. We all need to be in that. Can you imagine how powerful the world would be? Could you imagine? We start creating in fellowship with divine intelligence, God, Allah, whatever you want to call it, Creator, the great I, whatever, the universe. It doesn't matter. It's the powerful force of good and love. So you're just creating in fellowship with love. How about that? How would I say it that simply? Create in the fellowship of love. Wow. Just think of the world. Think of the beauty. Think how beautiful the world would be. Think how much better off Mother Nature would be. A living being in her own right that, we've just seen as a place to dump our crap. She works with us. You'll see that when you start finding your truth. You'll just see it. The flowers come really bright. The trees are just like sparkling. It's because they're made out of love. And they teach you so much. They teach you so much. Look at how a tree just stays grounded. Even in the worst of storms, it might get some limbs blown off. And yes, if it's its time to go, it gets toppled. But for the most part, trees stay rooted. And when the winds are blowing and the lightnings and the rains, they just stand their ground. That's what I want for you. That's what your truth does. It brings you into that focal point, into that channel of divine creation, love creation. And the key to this all is your personality type. And I'm not talking about the career typing that became super popular after the heels of World War II. It has a lot of World War II energy into it. I'm trying to bring it into a different age of enlightenment, of light, of love that we all need. I know we don't see it now. I know there's a lot of darkness in the world. But let's be the beacons of light. Let's be the lighthouses of light, right? For your neighbors. Who cares what they're doing? Just be the light. Be the light. And if you can help, that's being the light. Then help. Right? You don't have to agree with what they're doing. But you don't have to hate and judge and say, oh, this person. Who cares? Look in your own backyard. Look in your own backyard. Be the beacon of light. Tap into that childlike personality type, because that's where the light starts. That's the doorway to the light. That's the doorway to light and love. That's the doorway to your heart center. I'm going to go into this a lot deeper into my book. I'm going to go into it with your personality types, and then I'm going to start teaching some classes, because I'm waiting too long. I need to roll. I'm telling you not to wait. I need to get my shit together and roll with this, because it's important. I love you guys. Check out the blog. Even if you just do the meditation, I always have a little Cliff Notes link if you don't want to read the whole blog, because I tend to be wordy. ENTP tends to be wordy. Oh my gosh. I'm a curious one. And I'm going to keep on being curious. I'm going to keep on trying to create in fellowship with my path on love, my love lane. And I want to get you guys into your love lanes, okay? I love you all so very much. Please go out in nature. If you can, please. If you can't, stick your head out the window. Just breathe in the fresh air. I don't care how you do it. Find a way. There's always a way, And if you want to prepare yourself for the future, I strongly advise you start getting into your personality type. You really start looking at it. And not from just, what am I going to do with my career? No, it's beyond that. Because you know what? Once you get into your personality type, and you find that childlike persona that we were born with, everything else just comes. You don't have to search. See, and that's external. You're doing that external thing, searching, looking, wanting. It's all out there. It's not. It's all within. And it just comes naturally. Just like your instincts. They tell you the next step to take. What actions to take. What's best for you? Should you move? Should you stay? Should you be in this relationship? Should you not be in this relationship? Is this a good friendship for you? What's the best grocery store to go to? I'm serious. It tells you everything. You just have to tune into it. It is your divine radio channel. And if you tune it up and stay in the love lane, whew, you're going to be sailing through these times. I'm not saying it's going to be easy and you're going to be like, hey, I'm on my beach and I'm just hanging. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying it'll be easier for you than most. Because you're relying on your truth. You're listening to divine intelligence. You're not letting fear just beat you down every day. We can't have that. We cannot have that. Because where has it gotten us? Where has it gotten us? Huh? It's separated all of us. Let's love one another. Wow. Can you imagine? Let's just take a moment right now. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Let's close our eyes. And let's imagine for 1 minute, the whole entire world is in a big hug. Everyone is in a big love hug. Just imagine that. Everyone's hugging one another. Everyone. Everyone on the planet. Feel that energy. Feel the energy of love, of fellowship between all of us. That's the world I want us to be in. And it's going to be grand when we get there, but we got to go through the stuff we're going through. So you might as well go through it being in your truth with a childlike outlook. And getting your uploads from divine intelligence than some fear-based external source that's not working. I love you all so much. I'm sending you just so much love, so much peace, so much joy. Go out and do one beautiful thing for yourself today. And if you can't get out of the house, if you're in a lockdown situation, just imagine the day that you can and let it bring a smile to your face, because those days are coming back in different ways, of course, in different ways. Just imagine yourself in a treetop. Just imagine the beauty of it. Imagine the beauty of you, because you are all beautiful souls. Love you all. Bye for now. Nina.